Okay, yep. Time to do the trade deal. Trade deal, UK trade deal fine print edition. Oh, I know. Here you go again, Markowski. You're going after the president again. Just listen. I am going to try very hard. I'm going to try to keep the comments, my opinions, muted to some degree. Well, I'll try. I'm going to try. We're going to go through this historic, monumental, huge trade deal with the UK. Okay, this is what the administration has put out. United Kingdom trade deal. They're saying that we have opened access to United States products for the UK, $5 billion worth. Tariff revenue, that's taxes on you and I. That's going to go up by $6 billion. The external revenue service. They call it the external revenue service, but again, I want to remind you that you pay. The administration said that UK tariffs were at 5.1% prior to the deal. Now they're down to 1.8. That I'm sorry, that number's wrong. That number's wrong. The way I see it, the tariffs that the UK was putting on our items were anywhere from 0.3 to 0.7%. But you know what? We'll go with the administration's numbers at 5.1, now 1.8. Tariffs on stuff coming to the United States from the UK were at 3.4%. Now they're 10. So, all right, again, so, let's get your arms around this. We've essentially, Donald Trump lowered taxes for the people in the UK is what he did. He negotiated a great tax deal for the citizens of the UK. They're going to be paying less. They're going to be paying less on our stuff going here, but we're going to be paying more on the stuff that's coming to the United States. I mean, again, I want you to get your arms around that. Again, this deal was supposed to reduce trade barriers and eliminate the trade deficit. But again, we've got tariffs that are higher now than they were before. The carve-outs. That's one too. Okay, so UK Steel, they took away that 25% tariff. And what they also did is they said, hey, you know what? We're not going to put the 25% tariff. Not going to put the 25% tariff on the cars made by the UK coming into the United States as long as it's under 100,000 cars. That's basically what the UK ships to the United States already every single year. So let me put this into perspective for you, okay? Pay close attention. There's going to be a higher tariff on cars, on Fords and Chevys that are made in Mexico, half made in Mexico, half made in Canada, either or, and rest assembled in the United States than there are on Aston Martins, Range Rovers, and Bentleys coming into the United States. I kid you not. Yeah, that's what this says. Detroit's not happy. Again, this is under this deal, it will now be cheaper to import a UK vehicle with very little U.S. content than a USMCA compliant vehicle from Mexico or Canada that has half American parts. This is Matt Blunt, president of the American Automotive Policy Council, which represents Ford, GM, and Jeep parent Stellantis. This hurts American automakers, suppliers, and auto workers. Again, the tariff has been reduced from the UK from 25 to 10% for the first 100,000 cars made in the UK. And again, that's all we're shipping here anyway. They don't ship more than 100,000 cars. Winning. We're doing so much winning going on. I don't even know what to do here, guys. It's just a lot of winning. Let's get into some of the Q&A. Donald Trump was asked by a reporter about what is taking place right now at the ports and how traffic is way down. Traffic is way down at the ports, and truckers, and this is part of the question, truckers and dock workers are going to be laid off. Trump's response to the question, and certain times the way he answers questions, you can't even respond because you're like, what? You can't, you're trying to process what he just said. You're trying to find the logic. He says that, okay, we're losing less money. We're losing money. And again, I'm trying to figure out how this makes any sense. I went out. I went out yesterday, Mother's Day coming up this weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And I bought my wife some stuff. I got her some, outfits here and there. Did I lose money? Did I lose money when I bought my wife presents for Mother's Day? Is that a loss or is it an exchange? I don't look at that as a loss. I didn't lose any money. I chose to spend money on those items for my wife. I didn't lose it. I used it. Anyway, again, Donald Trump thinks it's losing money. But then he went on to say, and I'm not making this up. If you don't believe me, go to the videotape. Business slowing down is good, not bad. And there was no rebuttal from the reporter because what do you do with that? Business slowing down at the ports, dock workers being laid off, truckers being laid off is good, not bad. We're losing less money. Again, you'd fail a ninth grade economics class. It's just, you'd fail. What was the other thing there? Opening up agricultural products to the UK. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. And again, it was interesting because Trump said, Bobby's working on getting those hormones and whatnot out of the beef here in the United States. And then you had the Secretary of Agriculture Rollins step in and say that we have, what you kind of step right in front of the president. We have the best beef in the entire world. It's here in the United States, the greatest, the best of all time. And then, Donald Trump said, we have the best of everything here in the United States. And again, it's like maybe they should just go around with those, those foam fingers, like number one, those things. Anyway, no, we don't have the greatest beef standards in the entire. It's not the case. In some places, yes, you do, but overall, no. Certain things they won't accept over in Europe based upon hormones and other things. And again, their standards are their standards. Okay. All right. Now what, guys? Now what? What else are we gonna go to? Oh yeah, Lutnick. I gotta talk about Lutnick. I'm trying to, it's almost, there's like the old Looney Tunes character. I think it was the two dogs there. Then they were kind of like gangster dogs. And it was the little dog was actually the leader. It was the boss. And the bigger dog would be bouncing around. I'll do what you say, boss. Yeah, boss. I'm right there. I'm right with you, boss. And I'm trying to remember the whole thing. But Lutnick is, aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you at all embarrassed? He's up there. He's like, this trade deal would have taken me over 3 years to put together. Trump put it together in no time. This would take you 3 years to put together. this is some sort of complicated deal. We put 10% tariffs on them, and then we obviously increased, again, it's tax on the United States. And guess what? They started at 10%. We're still at 10%. This is some groundbreaking deal. But what? They're making them buy Boeing planes. Okay. They had to buy the planes anyway. Maybe they would have gotten them from Airbus, but it's a wash. Boeing is going to be able to get rolled. They put Rolls-Royce engines in the Boeing planes. They're not going to pay tariffs on it. So I guess it's great for Boeing. But again, I don't know where the little guy is in this. Oh, one more. The other thing as well. He was asked about Mattel. I brought this up yesterday on the podcast. The CEO of Mattel, not going to be making stuff in the United States. We're going to design stuff in the United States. He actually threatened Mattel, threatened a company with 100% tariffs. I'm surprised it's not getting more play. He actually threatened the company with 100% tariffs because they dare defy him. You're okay with that? Okay. I don't know what to tell you. We've got China on deck right now. The latest that I've seen right now, 80% tariff on China seems right! ! Up to Scott B. Also, Trump said, China should open up its market to the USA, would be so good for them. Closed markets don't work anymore. We'll see where it goes. The reality is, again, we're most certainly, like I said, he's stepping away from what he was doing before. It all started, and I explained it here on the program. And again, no, he's not. No, Trump would never concede. What are you talking about? Okay. The bond market smacked him upside the head. The falling dollar smacked him upside the head. The market's crashing, smacked him upside the head and said, yo, okay, you can't do this. If you do remember, and again, because I pay attention to these things, if you watched the markets, the futures markets, what was taking place on Liberation Day, when the 10% tariffs, that's it, 10% across the board was announced, there was actually, the markets had a big sigh of relief. They went up. As soon as that magic formula came out with the charts, with the reciprocal stuff, that's when everything tanked. The 10% was like, oh, well, at least could have been a hell of a lot worse. We'll figure a way. We'll deal with this in some way, shape, matter, or form. But that's what happened, and they're walking away from it. Another quick side note, when it comes to China, Donald Trump several times over the past week commenting on strollers and expensive strollers. He's kind of making fun of it, and how expensive strollers are. It's not a big deal. Well, again, I guess they've been trying to push for Americans to have more babies, right? This is an amazing number. China's share of U.S. imports on baby essentials, car seats, 98% come from China. Strollers, 97%. Beds, bassinets, playards, changing tables, 94%. Walkers, 93%. High chairs, 92%. High chairs and other seats for children, 91%. Baby care appliances, 89%. Toys, 76%. Activity centers, 66%. Cribs, 46%. And we go right on down the list. So, yeah, it's going to be that much more expensive to have a baby. Which, again, just a part of it. Again, I'm hoping that we continue to see the president step away from the policies from the get-go. Again, this is the fine print on this UK trade deal. If you want to think that this is a big coup, a big win, okay. I just gave you the facts. It is what it is. WatchDog on Wall Street.com.